Hi guys, this is my very first vlog. Haven't tried that yet, and I'm gonna show you how I use my technique for alcohol inks and Yupo. I do some drawings. I love birds, and at the moment I'm working a lot with birds. And and I try to develop alcohol inks and technique based on what I've seen online into my own, and to make things more realistic. So I'm gonna show you a little bit, and sorry if I'm not very clear, and please leave your comments if you want me to do something different or if you're missing something and so forth. But for starters, I use those cups that I bought in the supermarket for shorts. Actually, they were very cheap. I use a pipette. I purchased it online. I don't know where I bought it, but I know I bought it came a package with hundreds, and so I have many of those, but I just use one actually. And actually I keep my alcohol inside of the pipette so it doesn't evaporate too fast. And I have an alcohol pen. I need to put more alcohol in my pen. And some colors, some different colors of alcohol ink. I have this Ranger one, which is okay, I guess. I also bought it online and that was the only one I found, so that's why I bought it. I have a straw that sometimes I use to blow the alcohol around, but you can get lots of videos on YouTube showing how to use it. And I have some pencils, and that's about it. Yeah, my alcohol, I just bought something on the pharmacy. It's very important that it has as high percentage of alcohol as much, and this one I think it's 90, I don't know, but it was pretty high, something like 99% isopropanol. And I have some pads, and what else? Oh, yeah, my Q-tips. Actually, those trays are from the sushi shop, and every time we buy sushi, I love sushi, I keep the trays. I wash them and keep the trays, and and use it to mix colors and so forth. And Q-tips, very important. Well, I'm just gonna make an eye. Let's see, very fast. Just an eye. I love drawing eyes, and as you realize, I'm really into bird eyes, and it doesn't really matter how you draw it. Afterwards, I go and, alcohol inks are very expensive, but you don't need much. Just one drop is enough. And when it's dry, you can put some more alcohol in and keep working. And I'm gonna have this it's number, I think it's number 000. And I just, draw around the eye, just to mark it. It's not gonna look like this in the end. And the same inside. And remember the light. And it's a very fast drawing. Yeah, I'm gonna make a red eye, a red yellow eye. I'm gonna use this honeycomb color. Alcoholics have many colors, and I really like that the colors are so bright, so strong. And well, you can use this one to have it, but I can, and see, when I pour alcohol ink, it just spreads like this, so you need to be very careful. I'm gonna start running with it. Oh, my dog is coming. If he starts barking, you know. Oh, somebody's visiting my neighbor, I think. And you can see it makes this beautiful patterns. And for those of you who know me, oh, there he goes. I really like photography, like art, and I like working to have it as photographic as possible. You can also see some of my things on my webpage, profetadk. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous. I never tried this before. And but you go around and you work with alcohol ink, and look, it makes some really pretty patterns and running. And oh yeah, what I was talking about was that I like realistic, and I had my period of realism and hyperrealism and surrealism, and I think it's very hard for me. I really admire people that can make abstract painting and just feel and pour that passion on paper, and I'm not capable of that. I'm just too much a control freak, and too much a control freak to just let it go. I'm not Elsa. I have really a problem letting go. But I really admire people that can, and work of art that it's more like casual. I don't know if it's casual, but it's not too much planned. I think it's so beautiful. And with alcohol ink, I realized that you just can't control it because it runs where it wants. And so you just need to live with it. And the good thing about alcohol ink is that you can always clean the paper, and Yupo paper anyway, and it's tied all over. Oh, look, it's not pretty. I really love that. Oh, try to see if you can see it better. I really like this. Ooh, I like it. Anyway, alcohol ink has a life of its own, and I love this transparency. You can have it too in watercolor. but the colors are so bright. And working on this Yupo paper, it's Yupo paper. It's actually not paper. It's plastic, recycled plastic. And I thought that was really hard to find. I needed to buy on, I can't remember, either eBay or Amazon or both. And I always buy everything I can find, especially larger sizes, but it's quite expensive. Now they are selling shops here in Denmark. Yeah, I'm filming from Denmark. And can you see the iris? I love it. It's so lively. But Yupo paper, it's made of plastic, and so you can make you can make mistakes and you can clean it, and the way the color runs, I'm really in love with this paper. And no, I'm not being paid to say that. I wish I was. So Yupo people, please pay me to say this. What I'd say for free, what I would say for free. But I really like Yupo paper, and so I bought lots of. Every time I find one online, I buy it. And you can use the Q-tips. Yeah, I was forgetting about it. To even the colors and blend the colors, and make it. And if you work in many layers, you can make a drawing totally photographic. It's so photographic that you actually can see that it's a drawing, because of the quality of the colors and the quality of the paper. Yeah, but I didn't like in this drawing. And some brown. This one, it's teak wood brown. And about the colors, one thing I realized is that when you pour alcohol, they change a little bit, the colors. They're still nice, and I love the way they run, but they change a little bit, and they get a little bit less shiny. That's the black, and this is pitch black. Less shiny. And so sometimes I just rather work with a pencil to keep the depth. Oh. And look how it runs. When you pour alcohol on it, it opens at the same time. I think it gives some really pretty effects, especially when you are making light and shade and shadow in a drawing, in a painting. Anyway, I'm not making a art. I'm just showing how to use the technique. Oh, it runs! Run, Forrest, run! See how it. Oh, I really love this effect. So just want to have some shadow over here. And I can use my pen to open up for colors, to make it lighter. And that's just alcohol inside the pen. Actually, it's a pen that you can buy for watercolor, and I just use alcohol inside. And sometimes you can also, I do like this, if I have too much color, yeah, I spoil it. Oh no. And I can use color from another part of the drawing. For instance, if I use too much color in a place, I can use color from another part of the drawing to finish something up. And I use a lot of the pen. I use most in larger drawings. You can see how it blends. And if you want to start working with alcohol inks, learn the colors first, because like when you pour alcohol, there are some pigments that pop up, like in the black you will get some blue pigments out of it. Mess up. Yeah. Just want some light down here. I mean, it's not pretty up here, so. The problem with my brown is that it drips too much. It's easier to use the, you can control. As I told you, I'm a control freak. I like to decide where the color is going, even though I can control it all the way. I still like to be the one to tell how, yeah. I like to be the one to decide how it's gonna look like, not just leave it to luck or bad luck. But you can have an idea now how I use, and I didn't even use my straw once. Sometimes I, for larger drawings, not enough. I use my hand dryer, otherwise it dries too fast. Oh. this is supposed to be a bird eye, so because I'm into bird eyes. Perhaps in another blog I can tell you, vlog, I can tell you why I love birds, drawing birds. Why is my last thing. It's very easy to correct. And a little bit of more alcohol, controlled alcohol. You can open up. You can make light. And sometimes, just sometimes, if I need some white that is really white, I use a white pen. It can be either, I can show you, something like this, or something like this, or something like this, or even pencils, color pencils. You can go on and try your own technique. And yeah, you know, I always have my paper tower, and it's the same because I hate just throwing paper away, and it's just for drawing, so it doesn't matter that it's totally loaded with color. And it's almost finished. I use, of course, much more time when I'm painting my own drawings. I won't bother you with that. But my sister, who is a very, very good artist, and she's actually a therapist, art therapist, and she was asking me to start making videos about my technique, and this is an answer to her. And you can, yeah, when you finish, you can just use the pen, the alcohol pen to color around and to create your own nuances, and it's gonna run inside the eye. Never mind. And that's about it. Oh, I'm spoiling the drawing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to be really careful with alcohol ink because it runs. And if you're not careful, it spoils everything you're working with. But, and I do this all the time. I spoil everything, and it doesn't really matter because when it's just makes it more fun. For me, anyway. to learn that no, I can't control everything. And a little bit about me. I've been to art school when I was younger, and I've been working with illustrations and art and visual identity companies and so forth. And but I was born in Brazil, and I live in Denmark, where I've been living most of my life. So I probably have a little bit of Danish accent when I speak. At least I've been told so. But if you guys want any explanations in either Danish or Portuguese, just tell me, and I will see what I can do. If you have a problem, follow. And if you have any wishes, just tell me, and I also see what I can do. See? Corrected. It was nicer before, but never mind. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye, see you.